Hey, this is Buddy Topher, fixing to go and do a little demonstration for you. I'm the back-to-back International Rice Festival Seafood Champ, KD Rice Festival Champ this past year. Won a couple of first place, along with most original use of rice, and Reserve Grand Champion at the Texas State Rice Festival. I'm going to show you one of the dishes, an appetizer that I won the Reserve Grand Champion with. I'm also going to show you a dish that I'm going to be doing this coming year, and also a favorite dessert of mine. Let's get started. Everything's pretty easy, and we're going to even be using leftovers to show you that you can make gourmet class cuisine with leftovers. What I'm going to do is add this chicken to, this is just some plain boiling water. And you want to go ahead and put that chicken fat in there also. That's what's going to be giving the flavor. What this is going to end up being is a risotto, but it'll be the easiest risotto you've ever seen prepared. To this chicken, I'm going to add one large diced onion. Just a quick stir. Okay, let's get started with our appetizer. What you want to end up using is sliced bread that's basically square. That way you won't have as much waste with the thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off these crusts. One thing that we always do with the crust is to save them, dry them out, and make our own breadcrumbs. I'm going to just demonstrate a couple of them for you, but this recipe is enough to make 24 of them, which amazingly is the same number of slices that's in a loaf of bread. Go ahead and roll this thing out nice and flat. And I've won a couple of different contests. One time I used spicy shrimp. That was for the Texas Rice Festival. For the KD Rice Festival, I ended up using smoked fish. This was 1.5 pounds of shrimp with the head on, so you're going to be looking at approximately 1 pound of shrimp. You can take this, if you don't like the nuggets, you can take it and put it in a food processor. Shred it all down where it's kind of blends in a little bit better. But I kind of like these nuggets. I've also done this with crawfish. Now what I mixed it up with is a cup of rice that I boiled for 18 minutes. And then I added 8 ounces of cream cheese and 1/2 cup of Miracle Whip. And the other thing that went in here is hot sauce. And the hot sauce will have to be to your own taste. Everybody likes a little different amounts of hot sauce, but that's what gives it the color and the name, Spicy Shrimp Fingers. And the way you end up doing this is get you a heaping tablespoon or so of it. Kind of mash this out. This is actually better to be made the day before, because what ends up happening is the moisture from the cream cheese and the Miracle Whip, that's all going to seal this. Like I say, you let it sit overnight and seal itself on up. You can serve this with any number of things. If you like ranch dip, if you like a seafood cocktail sauce, if you're doing it with barbecued chicken, you probably want to use some kind of barbecue sauce. And it's just rolling that up like a sushi roll. And actually this is sushi. because the definition of sushi is cooked rice. And if you're talking about raw fish and everything, then you get into, that's called sashimi. I learned that because I was a Central U.S. Japanese rice cooking champ, and I invented a new sushi that the Japanese call Texas sushi. Now to finish this off, some of my own seasoning here. Take a little bit of that, sprinkle it over the top. That's just going to give a little bit of color and flavor to it. So that takes care of our appetizer. Next thing I'm going to get started on is prepping stuff for the dessert. I never have won anything. I've entered variations of this in a couple of different contests. Never did really win anything with it, but I got one of the best compliments ever on it. I worked for a French engineering firm, and they told me that it was the best crepe that they had ever had, and they've eaten crepes all over the world. So what this is 1 cup of flour, a tablespoon of sugar, some salted butter, that's a tablespoon and a half. That we're going to add 1 egg. And then this is a cup of milk. I'll just whisk this quick to get this all incorporated. The reason that we're mixing this up a little bit early is to let that sugar get dissolved in this mixture. The thing about this crepe that makes it really unusual is, get on the internet, I've never found where anybody adds pecans to the crepe batter. And as far as I know, I'm the only one that's done that, did a lot of research on it, and it didn't ever show up anywhere. So if you do see it somewhere, it's either a creative rascal that came up with it or he's copied my recipe. And this is just fine diced pecan, putting about 1/2 cup in there. What's going to go in the crepe is I'm going to make my own little version of a modified banana Foster. And what this banana Foster is it's going to be what makes it my own version of it is I'm going to put a little cream cheese in there. And that cream cheese brings that flavoring up from the brown sugar and bananas and the whipping cream that's going to go in there. It brings everything to a whole different level. So it's a fun little dessert to make, and it's really easy. So sweet cream. There's nothing really scientific about boiling chicken, and I think you're going to see this is one of my favorite things to do also with chicken wings. To make a really hard, healthy chicken wing, you can go and boil those wings and then put it out on the pit. Cuts down on your cook time and makes it where you don't have to fry it. You still use whatever hot wing sauce that you want on it. It's not going to really change that up any.